Alright, so it's been a few days and I got some parts that came in for this DRZ400. Basically, in the last video, what we did was we took the cover off on this side, took the clutches out, and put a new oil filter in. We didn't seal this cap back on because we found that the oil pump gear was broken. It was missing a tooth and the other tooth was chipped. So I went ahead and got a new oil pump gear. They're plastic, I don't know why. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but got a new oil pump gear. So now I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this once again. And our mistake was we actually, because we didn't seal it, we got a bunch of coolant into the oil. We didn't ride it long, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and flush it. I've already removed the filter and drained this milky oil already that's mixed with coolant. I'm gonna go ahead and take the drain plug off again. And this kit actually came with a filter, 2 quarts of oil, 2 washers, one for the oil filter, one for the oil drain. And then this one even came with some O-rings and a funnel, which is pretty cool. And also my fuel shutoff was leaking as well, so I got a new one of those. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna completely drain this fuel. I don't know how old it is. Obviously the bike ran, but since I gotta replace this fuel shutoff, I'm gonna go ahead and drain all of it and put some fresh 93 in there, and possibly get to the carburetor and clean that up too. Just that way it's all gonna be good to go, and maybe I'll get to ride it tomorrow. We'll see. So let's get to work. Okay, so got the cover off, and this is the oil pump gear that's missing a tooth, and the second tooth is about to break off, and so it gets stuck, like right there, gets stuck. I'm sure it doesn't affect the oil pressure, but if this thing fails completely, then maybe this is why the engine started knocking in the first place. Who knows? So I got a new gear for that. It's right here. There's a part number for it. This is the oil pump gear for 2004 DRZ400. And as you can see, we messed up and didn't seal the coolant, or this whole cover wasn't sealed, so it started mixing coolant into the oil right here. That was our mistake, and yeah, we were just trying to ride. So once I change this gear, I'll be able to seal everything properly, and I'm not gonna put any fluids in there today probably, but I am gonna spray a bunch of brake cleaner right now and get all of that milky oil out. So let's get to that. gonna go ahead and remove the drain plug one more time and get all that brake cleaner out that I just blasted. Used up a whole can just to get all that flushed out. There it is. I think I'm gonna spray some more brake cleaner actually. I want to get as much of that milky oil out as possible. So good news and bad news. Bad news is I just got gasoline all over my face, in my eyes, everywhere. Good news is I was able to flush out everything. All that milky oil with mixed with coolant, all of it is gone. I flushed it with gasoline multiple times, made a huge mess, but there's more good news. So as I was blowing it out, I gave some air in this hole. You hear that? That sounds like the knocking that we were hearing, thinking that it was the wrist pin. But I'm thinking it's either the oil pump or this gear. Because the only thing that's spinning right now is the oil pump and that gear. So I'm gonna swap out this gear and hopefully that noise goes away. That's gonna be awesome. That means I get to ride tomorrow. So you're not gonna believe this. Me putting the new oil pump gear on, this one was missing a tooth and the other tooth was breaking off and it was knocking earlier in the clip, as you could see. Check this out. Smooth. That's where the knock was coming from. This gear right here. Why do they make it plastic? Somebody comment below and explain why it has to be plastic for oil pump. But that's awesome. That's great news. That is smooth. Look at that. Boom. Problem solved. Alright. Now I just reassemble everything. Reseal this whole cap. Make sure the coolant doesn't get into the oil again. And should be good to go. Alright, so I went a little wild with the RTV, but I've got everything sealed. I've got the coolant pocket sealed for the coolant, and then the oil. I don't know why they have it like this, because if there is a leak, the coolant's getting into the oil again. So I don't know why it's designed this way. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but it is what it is. So I'm ready to put this cover back onto the bike. So let's get to work. Filter, tiny little filter. Goes right there. Got a new O-ring. Why is there two O-rings? Guessing one goes in there. Like that. So it's a better seal. And then the second one goes on this cover. This O-ring was still good, but since it already came with the kit, why not? Last time it didn't come with the O-ring. This time it did, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the new one on. So I don't know when you have the torque on these bolts, so I'm just sending it by feel. Coolant hose goes back on. It's a 7mm or 6mm. I can go ahead and tighten this. Alright. Should be all good. I mean, all I have to do now is put this plug back in. Oil drain plug. And you know, wait overnight. Wait for the RTV to do its thing, I guess. Since it's already late and dark anyways. Not like I'm gonna ride it right now. So I'll just put the plug in and then I'll put the oil in and coolant in tomorrow. Give it a nice wash because there's oil everywhere. So it turns out I have the wrong fuel cutoff switch. I don't know if it's because this tank was upgraded to a bigger one on this bike, but this doesn't fit. This doesn't line up with the holes or anything like that. So I ended up just putting the original one back on. But so all the old fuel in there smelled horrible. Like it was super old. So I was able to drain all of it, and I put the original fuel cutoff switch back in there. And so tomorrow I'm gonna get some fresh fuel, fill it up, put some oil in it. Got a brand new battery that I'm gonna install. This one's still okay, but I ended up buying a new battery. And I think we should be able to rip it tomorrow, so I'm excited. So stay tuned. Let's wait until tomorrow. Alright, next day here working on the DRZ400. I'm gonna go ahead and dump some oil in here. I believe it takes exactly 2 quarts, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. So dumping 2 quarts in, got some fresh fuel, 93 of course. I hope that's what it takes. I've got some seafoam that I want to put in there because I didn't get a chance to clean the carb. So hopefully the seafoam will do the trick for now, and then later on down the road I'll take it apart and clean it. So 1 quart, 2 quarts. Also, I got a fresh brand new battery that I want to put in here. Oh, also I need to add some coolant. That's what I keep forgetting, because the last dirt bike I had was not liquid cooled, but this one is, so it's a little bit different. Just gotta make sure I add the coolant before I start driving or riding. There we go. Alright, 2 quarts went in. A little bit of sea foam in there. Relax, this thing was only like quarter way full. I used 3/4 of it in my truck, so it wasn't a full bottle. And by the way, they make these bottles bigger now apparently. It's a 20-ounce bottle, where I think before it was like a 16. Pretty cool. Good stuff right here. So you can use these as energy drinks as well. If you don't have Red Bull on hand, use one of these, you'll be set for about 24 hours. Okay, so I didn't put a full tank of fuel. I put maybe half, maybe 3/4, just in case I have to drain it again for some reason. Because this was leaking before. I did take it apart, and doesn't seem like it's leaking anymore, which is good, because I did get the wrong one in the mail. But anyways, so got fuel, got oil. Gonna check the oil level and then drop some coolant in there, new battery, and I'm ready to fire this thing up. Alright, I think I got everything. I even put the plastics back on in the bottom piece. We had to remove to get to this cover. This side, I remember when we took it apart in the last video, there was a gasket and we just reused it, so hopefully it doesn't give us any problems. This fuel switch is not leaking at the moment, so hopefully it's gonna be good. There's this wire here, I don't know what it's for, something aftermarket that was installed and then removed. So is this, because everything worked last time. So I've got gas, I've got oil, got coolant. So at this point, I guess we can just fire this thing up and see what it does. And hopefully that knocking was from this little thing here, which you know, as you could hear in the previous clips, that when I put air through it, this thing was spinning and it was making the same knocking sound that we were hearing. And the previous owner said it possibly was from the wrist pin, which I hope it's not, because if this solved the knocking, I'm good to go. I'm good to ride this thing, and I will change oil in it one more time after a while, because the coolant was mixing with oil. So I'd like to flush it again. You know, oil changes are cheaper than engine rebuilds or engine replacements. I gotta finish peeling out this camo. But I'm also gonna give it a wash because oil got everywhere when I was blowing air through it. There was oil coming through here and everything is greasy. So I will give it a wash. Also, looks like the front tire is a little bit low on the air, so I'll pump that up. So in the next clip, we're gonna fire this thing up. All right, let's give this thing a try. It's too far. Choke. Fuel is open. Wow.
Man.
This carburetor needs to be adjusted.
Yeah.
This thing is crazy.
For real? It's so loud.
It's too much power, dude.
Yeah.
For what I'm trying to do.
Wow.
Or whatever, dude, it's fixed.
Nice. Yep.
To fix it? Are you gonna take a picture of me?
Yeah. It's a video.
Huh?
It's a video.
Wow, your thing is cool.
Thank you.
I'm not wearing any shoes.
Oh yeah, where's your shoes?
Mama let me, don't have them.
Oh.
I wish we could make another fighter from over there because something is gonna grow over there.
We'll make a fire. Alright, it runs and drives. There's still a slight knock coming from somewhere, but I can live with that for now. But as long as it runs and drives, we can go riding.
Yep.
You need a bigger bike now.
Probably.
Yeah. Your little 50's not gonna cut it. I can't believe you try to race me. But yeah, this thing is scary actually. I've never ridden a 400 dirt bike before, so it's a little bit too much, I feel like. My last one was a 230, and I felt like that was plenty. But Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thumbs up. All right, let's roll.